Ooh, yeah. It's Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, grab a seat. Come on in and hit that light, hit that light. Oh, you're Aunt Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. Grab a seat, prop your feet. Let's sip some tea, sip that tea. Entertainment, news, and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. Sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Come on in now. Auntie Mickey's house. Oh, Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, yeah, yeah. Come on in and hit that like, don't forget now. Auntie Mickey's house. She can roast with a smile, drop wisdom too. Break down the headlines, bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong, conversation grown. Grown talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house, make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice, respect the vibe, let's share the word. Oh, yeah. From the jokes to the prayers, she keeps it real. Keeps it real. Auntie Mickey's house, that's the deal. That's the deal, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. Oh yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. Rolling in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat. Come on in and hit the light. Hit the light, hit the light. You're at Auntie Mickey's. Yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. It's Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in her house. You know you're in her house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat, come on in and hit that light. Hit that light. Oh, you're at Auntie Mickey's. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Auntie's house. Auntie's house. Auntie's house. Grab a seat, prop your feet, let's sip some tea. Sip that tea. Entertainment, news, and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne, yeah. Auntie's house. Oh, Auntie's house. You know you're in a house. Come on in and grab a seat, yeah. Come on in and hit that light, don't forget. Auntie Mickey's. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah. She can roast with a smile, drop wisdom too. Break down the headlines, bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong, conversation grown. Don't talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice. Respect the vibe, let's share the word. Oh yeah. From the jokes to the prayers, she keeps it real. Keeps it real. That's the deal. That's the deal, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. Oh yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. see, come on in and hit that light, oh, your way to Auntie Mickey's, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house, Auntie Mickey's house, Auntie Mickey's house, oh.
Hey everybody, happy Thursday. How's everybody doing? I'm sorry, I'm coming down with a little cold or something, so my voice is a little bit raspier than usual. But welcome to the house. Kick off your shoes, get you a snack, get them fingers ready to going, because we got a lot to talk about. Oh, so good to see you guys here in the house. I see Discerning 8 in the house. Hello, my love. Oh, I miss you so much. I really do. I'm going to have you up here. I mean, really up here with me. Because you know how to talk sometimes that I can't. Sometimes I get beside myself. So, but welcome back, love. Hey, Mr. Phillips. Hello, Dawn. There's my Camille. Hello, Camille. Oh, my goodness. There's Satin Doll. Satin Doll's in the house. Hello, my love. Hello. Let's see. Adventurous You. Hello, sweetheart. Let's see. Who else? My husband. I know he's up in here somewhere. Kathy Mitchell. Hello, sweetheart. Benjamin Guy. Hello, Benjamin. Hello. Kendra Roberts is here too. Hello, Kendra. Let's see, who else am I missing? I don't want to miss nobody. We don't have that many people, so right now I'm going to take advantage of being able to go through the list and say hello to everybody one-on-one. I hope to get, at one point in time, I ain't going to be able to do that. You know, I'm trying to think positive that we'll have a great showing eventually. There we go. There's my baby. Hello, sweetheart. I see you. But, you know, one day there's going to come a time that this chat's going to be so big, I can't address everybody. So I'm taking advantage of it now. Hello, my loves. How are you? How are you? So, I hope y'all... Hello, Simone. Hello, sweetie. I missed you too. Thank you, Kathy. Oh, you did? Okay, where is my phone? I got my phone right here. Let me see what I got here. Okay, I'm going to have to mute real quick because this phone is... I'm sorry, I'm just talking away. Satin, thank you. I'm going to check this out. Satin done sent me some tea, and I definitely got to check this out. First thing in the morning. And Camille, I got your email too. So thank you guys. You guys really y'all really are a blessing to me because I try to keep up with the news and everything, but it just helps when I got people dropping information in my email and my text messages. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. If you check out the title, it's one woman paid, one goes to prison. And I couldn't fit the names in the title. But this first part will be basically about Ghislaine. I can never pronounce her name right. I always mess up people's names. Ghislaine Maxwell and the woman that got his riches. The one that got Epstein's money. All his fortune. Well, for a few other people that got a little drop here and there. But for the most part, there was a girlfriend. I guess everybody assumed that Ghislaine, his operations coordinator, I'll call her that. Yes, Mr. Phillips, you be filling up that email sometime. It be on overdrive. I can't keep up with it all. You sent me a lot of stuff. So yeah, I look at it when Mr. Phillips done got all y'all beat with the emails. All y'all. I can't keep up with all them emails. Oh my goodness, but getting back to tonight's topic. Ghislaine Maxwell is the one everybody knows about. She's the one that was, helping to groom these girls, telling them what to do, how to do certain things. I can't get off into detail. But there was another woman in that man's life that he held clearly to more high esteem than any other woman, I guess. Because 2 days before he passed, he had his will drawn up. Now, we all know how that passing looked real suspect. Even the fact that he had his will drawn up 2 days before he disappeared. I'll just say that. Because there's many different concepts as to what happened. Some people believe that, yes, he unalived himself. I don't believe that for one bit. Who knows what to call her type? Okay. Ho in chief. Madam in chief. But, oh man, I just lost my train of thought. But it was really suspect for the simple fact that he had his will and testament done up 2 days before he supposedly, And like I said before, my opinion, that man did not unalive himself. Hello, nephew. How's it going, sweetheart? I don't believe that man unalived himself for 1 minute. It's also believed that somebody else did it to him. Now, that was my first inclination. No, that man know too much. And considering who was in office at the time, who could pull something like that off and get away with it? I ain't saying no names. Chump. I ain't saying no names. Chump. Rhymes with. But who could pull something like that off? That was my first inclination. But then I started listening to other people give their take on the matter. Hello, India. How are you, sweetie? Thank you. Yes, honey. Mr. QT. Not QT in the chat. Remember that stuff that people used to rub on their... It was for tanning purposes, and it would turn you orange. People that wanted to lay in the sun and get a tan, and they put too much of that QT suntan lotion on, and it would turn their skin orange. Yeah, I'm gonna start calling him QT man. QT man. But he was in office at the time that went down. But then again, I started hearing some of the other people saying that they don't think he's even dead. It wouldn't surprise me. And the more I think about it, that's so very feasible. That is so very possible. So who's to say? I started thinking about it. I was like, wow, is he really dead? Is he really gone? Because a man with that much money, I'm starting to think that too, nephew. Is he really dead? Or was that all an elaborate scheme? Was that all for show so he could skimmer off to one of his many hiding places? Because that island wasn't the only thing he had. Wow. 8 with the 24 says, I have a video that proves he's alive. Send it to me. Send it to me. You got get my email on the back end of my channel and send it to me. Okay? There's just too many things that a man of that, look, the man was able to be convicted and still get out and end up getting thrown back in there. And he was on house arrest when he was in there. Yes, India, his brother has been doing a lot of talking. So I was sitting there thinking, and I'm like, somebody with that much money, work with me on this. Is he really dead? Is he really dead? Or was this all an elaborate scheme that allowed him to fake his death and secretly scurry off over to one of those many, many luxurious properties he owned? And it makes sense to me because if you will your stuff to your girl, who got the money now? Who's got the money? Who's got the resources? He left her so much stuff, it's ridiculous. Millions of dollars. And it just makes sense that he would will that to her. He'd go on about his business and meet up with her, and they live a nice, comfy little life together. And then he leaves his partner in crime. He leaves his partner in crime to hold the bag and sit in prison, which she's not really in a prison right now either. She living pretty comfortably as well. But did y'all see the ring that he got this chick? Okay, India, he may be in Bali with Russell Simmons. Who knows? Mr. Phillips said the state got it. Is that so? All that money, all those riches? Because I know they had to pay attorneys. Trump got his bag. Well, Trump got more than a bag coming. He's got more than a bag. But he, according to what I'd read, he was worth approximately $600 million at the time of his death. And that will was filed 2 days before his demise. So, if you really believe he died. Oh, some think his death was staged. I'm starting to believe I'm starting to, be one of those people. But it was just weird the way if you look at how that. Oh, of course not discerning it. I've heard people that work in prisons say the same thing. You know what I'm saying? There's no way he could have. If you look at the condition of that cell, when they opened that door and all those orange sheets everywhere, anybody that's in prison don't have access to that kind of stuff in their cell. I don't care who they are. For that reason, that they might attempt to do something. There was so many sheets, orange sheets everywhere. Every which a darn way. All over the place. So I can't pronounce her name. Ghislaine Maxwell was the female at his side through all that stuff. And that's who helped him with all this inappropriate activity that was going on. And she's the one that went to prison as well. But did he leave her his fortune? No. He left her $10 million. $10 million, which is the same amount of money he left to his pilot. He left the same amount of money to his pilot, who is on his staff. So that basically lets you know how he felt about that chick. She was just staff. You just work for me. And she done had her foot, she done had his old nasty foot all up between her breasts and stuff. That's not staff. Yeah, I mean, but okay. But he left the same amount of money to her that he left to his pilot. I just think it's hilarious. Hold on just a second. But a lot of people want to know, who is this girlfriend that got his fortune? And I'm about to pull it up. Bear with me, y'all. This is the young lady. Young lady that he left all these riches to. Oh, Jeffrey Epstein identified people who would inherit his $630 million fortune in a secret document. The document shows that ex-girlfriend, let me emphasize ex-girlfriend, Karyna, would get $100 million and all of his properties. Epstein proposed to Shuliak with a 32.73 carat diamond ring. I couldn't raise my hand high enough to wear something that big. I mean, a 15 carat is humongous. Oh, thank you. I see it, nephew. Okay. I'm going to have to get to that later because it's in my emails. I see it, sweetie. I'm going to get to it first thing tomorrow. So it says here, in the months before his arrest on ex-trafficking charges, Jeffrey Epstein indicated he had decided to finally settle down. A handwritten note on a financial document, which the longtime bachelor signed 2 days before his unaliving. Uh-oh, what happened? Something done happened. Okay. Something done happened to... You know what? Weird things happen when I talk about this person. Let me see. Wow, that was weird. Thanks for the backup, laptop. It says, a handwritten note on a financial document, which the longtime bachelor signed 2 days before his unaliving in jail, which was included in the Justice Department's Epstein files made public Friday, says that Epstein had given then-girlfriend Karyna Shuliak a 32.73 carat diamond ring in contemplation of marriage. So he was planning to marry this chick. Upon his death, Epstein also planned to give his fiancée $100 million and his homes, including his Manhattan mansion, Paris apartment, New Mexico ranch, and 2 private islands in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The details are described in a document known as the 1953 Trust. in which the well-connected financier and convicted sex offender laid out who would receive his assets, at the time valued at $630 million following his death. He signed the document on August 8, 2019, while he was jailed in Manhattan on federal ex-trafficking charges, and it was finalized later in August. While its existence was referenced in his publicly available will and in litigation over his estate in the U.S. Virgin Islands, the contents had remained secret in the years following his death. The 1953 trust superseded another financial planning document called the Jeffrey E. Epstein 2019 Trust, which was dated to January of that year. Redacted versions of both documents were published in part of a trove of Epstein files made public through the Epstein Files Transparency Act. Taken together, the two trust documents offer insight into the disgraced financier's closed circle, including Shuliak, as well as his relationship with ex-girlfriend Eva Anderson Dubin and her eldest daughter. Nothing in the documents suggests wrongdoing by any of the listed names, many of whom have been previously identified as Epstein associates and have publicly condemned his behavior. The 1953 trust has not gone into effect. It was designed as a pour-over trust, which would disperse Epstein's assets after his estate's matters had been settled. And right here, this little piece right here, I can't even highlight it. It says, in handwritten notes on the 1953 trust, Jeffrey Epstein said he had given Karyna Shuliak diamonds in contemplation of marriage. Epstein's estate had about $127 million in assets remaining as of September 2025, according to the most recent publicly available quarterly accounting. Since Epstein's death, the estate has been mired in litigation and dealings with creditors. It has paid out $125 million to over 100 victims as part of a compensation program, and hundreds of millions of dollars more for taxes, victim settlements, and other expenses. Shuliak, a dentist, is the largest beneficiary of the 1953 trust. She is the last person outside of the Manhattan Correctional Center known to have spoken to Epstein. He spent 20 minutes in an unrecorded phone call with her the evening before his death, according to Bureau of Prison Records. Shuliak didn't respond to Business Insider's request for comment. Selena Dubin's one-time inheritance. In the January 2019 trust, the largest beneficiary stood to be Selena Dubin, the eldest daughter of Anderson Dubin and hedge fund billionaire Glenn Dubin. Anderson Dubin, a Miss Sweden winner turned physician, dated Epstein before she married Glenn. The couple has 3 adult children who grew up around a man they called Uncle Jeff. That would have been him. A representative for the family has previously said they were horrified by Epstein's conduct and would have cut ties instantly if they were aware of it. Bull crap. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. Not when you got that kind of money. That trust would have given 2 of Epstein's flagship properties, New Mexico's Zorro Ranch and his estate in the U.S. Virgin Islands, to Selena. She would have also received the trust's balance after disbursements. Business Insider also reported that in 2014, Epstein named Selena Dubin as the beneficiary of one of his trusts, and she was removed in 2015. A family representative told Business Insider at the time that the family was unaware of the trust's existence. It was not the same vehicle as the January 2019 trust. A representative for the Dubin family said Selena Dubin, as well as Anderson Dubin, renounced any potential inheritance from Epstein. Dr. Dubin never received any personal benefit from and was unaware that she was named in any Epstein trust, the spokesperson said. In April 2020, when she found out that she was listed as a contingent beneficiary, Dr. Dubin immediately signed a renunciation and disclaimer form and submitted it to the trustees of Epstein's estate, so she wouldn't even accept it. All right. High five to the lady wow. Big ups to her. She said, I don't want your nasty money. Selena Dubin's name isn't visible in the 1953 trust, which replaced the January 2019 trust and is heavily redacted. Anderson Dubin is listed as a backup trustee if other possible trustees resign. Epstein's biggest beneficiaries. The documents show that before Epstein's August 2019 death, he significantly increased many of his bequests. The January 2019 trust included 32 bequests totaling nearly $225 million. The later 1953 trust document lists 43 bequests totaling more than $330 million, including Shuliak's $100 million. Shuliak is by far the biggest beneficiary in the 1953 trust. She would have received $50 million immediately and $50 million through an annuity plus Epstein's properties. Can you believe that? In a handwritten note on the document, Epstein said he gave Shuliak 48 loose diamonds, in addition to the engagement ring, which were hers to keep if the marriage was not consummated and Epstein died. How convenient. How convenient. Wow. The next largest beneficiaries in the 1953 trust are Darren Indyke, Epstein's longtime personal lawyer, who was set to receive $50 million, and Richard Kahn, his longtime personal accountant, who was set to receive $25 million. In addition to being co-executors, Indyke and Kahn were Epstein's top picks to serve as the trustees. Epstein said in the document that he planned to create a separate trust for Shuliak for operating expenses, as well as another trust for a person whose name is redacted. That's interesting, too. All these redactions is ridiculous. Both trusts would also be managed by Indyke and Kahn. Now, isn't it ironic, though, that all these pictures you see are him and her together? You don't see him with this other chick that he left all his fortune to. H said his offshore accounts are still active. He's on an island chilling. He makes my skin crawl. I couldn't even watch the interview. I hear you, hun. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he done went to some island and plans to live happily ever after. And left all that other stuff to that chick. Because they sure ain't gonna let him keep it. Indyke and Kahn have never acted to put their own interest above their duties as co-executors, said Daniel Weiner, an attorney representing the state executors. Neither they nor any of the other more than 40 beneficiaries will receive any money from the estate unless and until all creditors and claims on the estate have first been satisfied in full, including claims for compensation made by women who suffered abuse at Mr. Epstein's hands, Weiner told Business Insider in an email. Shuliak, Indike, and Khan are each first in line to receive the leftover funds from Epstein's estate, followed by 7 people whose names are redacted, who would each receive between $3 million and $10 million. That is crazy to me. That part is very crazy. All these redactions. The Epstein files themselves are full of redactions that you would think, if they were obeying the law, the only thing that should be redacted are the names of the victims. Point blank, period. Many of the non-redacted names in both documents are Epstein's employees, including his housekeepers and private jet pilots. Others are academics who spent time with Epstein and who previously received research funding from him. British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell, who was found guilty of trafficking girls to Epstein for sex and is serving a 20-year prison sentence, was to receive $10 million under the final trust. Her name wasn't included in the earlier trust. That was supposed to be your ride or die. That goes to show how he really felt about her. Hold on just a second. Okay, I'm going to leave this camera off because it doesn't seem to be working right. The 1953 trust said Cecil de Jong, the former First Lady of the U.S. Virgin Islands and an Epstein employee, would get $1 million. Epstein's brother, Mark Epstein, would receive $10 million to be held in a trust for his children. This is the first I'm hearing of it, Mark Epstein told Business Insider. So his own brother didn't even know. He probably did, boo. He probably got paid up front. Okay. Representatives for De Jong and Maxwell didn't respond to Business Insider's request for comment. Both the 1953 Trust and Jeffrey E. Epstein Trust were subpoenaed by the U.S. Attorney's Office in Manhattan as part of its investigation into Maxwell. They became public when copies of them were included in a batch of over 3 million pages published on the Justice Department's website. The 1953 Trust included a provision that no funds would be dispersed until at least 2 years after Epstein's death, and employees would be barred from receiving money if Indike or Khan fired them. So they had to basically toe the line if they wanted to get anything. I wonder if anybody got fired. Why would they still have a job if the dude's gone? Maybe he's just, I don't know. I don't know how rich people think. I'm not amongst those. In an email to prosecutors, an attorney for Indike and Khan said they wouldn't try to scare any Epstein employees from cooperating with the criminal investigation. The 1953 Trust has not been and will not be used by the co-executors to suggest that any current or former employee who chooses to meet or provide information to law enforcement as any part of any ongoing investigation will be retaliated against in any way, the attorney said. So that pretty much takes care of all that. That was a lot of reading. Shoot. That's a lot of reading. Wow. I'm wondering if this is pretty much the same thing. Okay, hold on just a second. We'll go through this together, but this might be the same information that I just read to you. It's a different article. But like I said before, this is the young lady, Karyna Shuliak. And this ad says Jeffrey Epstein wanted to leave Pedo Island. Massive diamond to girlfriend documents show. So I think this is pretty much the same thing. Yeah. This is pretty much the same thing that I just read. However, I did manage to get the actual last will and testament. Here, I'll read this part. Ghislaine Maxwell, his former girlfriend, who was serving a jail sentence for procuring girls for him, had a net wealth held by J.P. Morgan Investment Bank of $8.2 million in documents dating back to the first quarter of 2012. The state of Maxwell's current fortune is unclear. She has spent millions of dollars on legal fees contesting her trial and her subsequent conviction. Hey, Anthony. Hi, Millionaire's Cove. Yeah, it's really strange, though. I mean, this woman is basically a millionaire as well. It says the snapshot of Epstein's assets shows he was worth $476 million by the end of August 2018. Over the course of that month, the value of his assets rose by $12.6 million from just under $464 million. That increase included more than $10 million in equities gains. His other assets included more than $101 million kept in cash and another $100 million in assets held in hedge funds. The statement of assets showed more than $16 million owed to him in loans. So they got a lot to figure out, or had a lot to figure out, because he still had money coming in. That includes an outstanding loan to Johnny O'Sullivan of $22,446. Mr. O'Sullivan was Sarah Ferguson's former assistant, who was owed money in unpaid wages by Miss Ferguson. Epstein stepped in to settle her debts in 2012. The statement of assets also shows that Epstein sold almost $5 million worth of Royal Bank of Scotland shares that month, while spending more than $250,000 on paving. His monthly spending totaled more than $1.25 million. Golly. Epstein had a large portfolio of investments, including shares in RBS, the owner of NatWest, bonds issued by Lloyd's, and a stake in the cryptocurrency company Coinbase. This is crazy. Wow. Okay, the document dated from long after Labour's time in power, when Lord Mandelson, then business secretary, apparently leaked market-sensitive information to Epstein from inside the government. Much of Epstein's cash, about $41.6 million, was held in Hayes Trust, an account which he controlled. The trust was named in a lawsuit brought by the U.S. Virgin Island authorities, which were demanding documents from executors of the Epstein estate. A further $16 million was held in Southern Financial LLC and Southern Trust Company Incorporated. Southern Trust has been identified as his main money-making company, and which received lucrative tax breaks from the U.S. Virgin Islands territory. It has been reported that Leon Black, a billionaire art collector and one of Epstein's clients, bought and sold art using money wired through the Southern Trust. A second valuation report on his assets, dated August 31st, 2014, shows his wealth had increased by 72 million in the 4 years to the most recent report contained in the Epstein files. In 2014, his assets were valued at 404 million. This is crazy business. Let me jump out of here. But now, like I said, he's got this whole girlfriend, right? He's got a whole girlfriend. And she's getting all the money. She's getting all that money. Hold on just a second. Okay, this doesn't want to cooperate, of course. Okay, so apparently, and let me share this with you. Pardon the video that's blocking some of it. I can't seem to get it off here. Ghislaine Maxwell is having meals delivered to her cell and pets, puppies, among other special privileges. Democrats on the House Judiciary Committee say a whistleblower revealed that Maxwell has received special treatment in prison. Go figure. Oh, there it is. There's the X. Okay, good. So this chick here says Ghislaine Maxwell has received special treatment in prison. House Judiciary Committee Democrats say, citing a whistleblower, Maxwell has purportedly received custom meals and the opportunity to play with a puppy. Maxwell is serving a 20-year sentence for trafficking. Ghislaine Maxwell, the longtime co-conspirator of Jeffrey Epstein, is allegedly receiving special treatment in prison, Democrats on the House Judiciary Committee claim. Maxwell is serving a 20-year prison sentence following an trafficking conviction in 2021. She is currently incarcerated at federal prison camp Bryan in Texas. Their lawmakers allege in a press release prison staff are waiting on her hand and foot. Democrats on the committee said in the press release that a whistleblower had come forward and revealed Maxwell's alleged favorable treatment. According to the whistleblower, one of Maxwell's purported perks is having meals that were customized and prepared by federal prison camp staff and then personally delivered to her in her cell by longtime federal employees. Wow. Other allegations include Maxwell being allowed to go to recreation areas after hours and her visitors being given access to a special cordoned off area for visitors to arrive, as well as an assortment of snacks and refreshments for her guests. In one instance, according to the whistleblower, an inmate who trains puppies was instructed to give one to Maxwell for a period of time so she could play with the puppy, even though neither inmates nor staff are ordinarily allowed to pet the service dogs in training. Previously, NBC and CBS reported that Maxwell was seeking a commutation of her sentence from President Donald Trump. Wow. This just gets crazier and crazier every day that goes by. She's getting special treatment in prison. The other homegirl, she's getting, she getting paid. Oh, but this one is interesting. Let me share this one with you. According to Independent Premium, claims Epstein had a baby boy has put a new spotlight on his last known girlfriend. Oh, Lord. Jeffrey Epstein's trust agreement has shed light on his relationship with Belarusian woman almost 40 years his junior. As messages emerge from Sarah Ferguson congratulating him on the birth of a son, Katie Rosinski examines what we know about the woman who stood to inherit a fortune. I don't know if I want to play this. It says Epstein asked if he thinks he's the devil himself. I think he is. A ranch in New Mexico, a flat in Paris, the infamous island of Little St. James, the similarly notorious townhouse in New York, 50 million and a 33-carat diamond ring. This is just some of what the convicted PDF file and multimillionaire Jeffrey Epstein wanted to leave behind for his last known girlfriend, Karyna Shuliak. The details of Epstein's will, signed just 2 days before he died by unaliving in jail in August 2019. That's what they wrote on that paper. I don't believe that one bit. Anyway, while awaiting trial for sex trafficking charges, have remained highly opaque until now. Over the weekend, the U.S. Department of Justice released millions of new files and documents relating to Epstein, including insight into the trust agreement that he planned to use to dole out his rumored $577 million estate. This has put Shuliak firmly in the spotlight, although it's still not clear exactly how wealthy the Belarus native, who is now in her mid-30s, may or may not end up. Much of the money from Epstein's estate has been paid out in settlements to his victims. It's thought that the remaining assets are still tied up in the court system in the U.S. Virgin Islands, where he was based. What is also putting the pair's relationship under further scrutiny, though, is the revelation that Epstein may have had a secret son born in 2011. In a message allegedly sent by Sarah Ferguson, the former Duchess of York and ex-wife of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, appears to congratulate him on the birth. And this is a quote: "Don't know if you are still on this BBM, but heard from the Duke that you have had a baby boy," she wrote. "Even though you never kept in touch, I still am here with love, friendship, and congratulations on your baby boy, Sarah." Well, this makes it even more interesting. Epstein might have a baby out there, a baby boy. He ain't a baby no more. But who knows? Why else would he leave all that money to her? She's an ex. I mean, it makes perfect sense to me. If she's given birth to his child, why wouldn't he leave it to her? He's a minor. This is crazy business. It says Epstein is not known to have fathered any children, but if Ferguson's claims were true, the child would be in his mid-teens. The identity of the alleged mother is not referred to in the messages, and Shuliak is not named in relation to the child. Indeed, elsewhere, Ferguson appears to be more concerned simply with being left out of the loop. "I did not even know you were having a baby," she wrote. The allegations, however, potentially add another strange layer to the already odd relationship between one-time dental student Shuliak and the financier, almost 4 decades her senior. Shuliak came to the United States in 2009 when she was 20 and is thought to have entered Epstein's orbit soon after, possibly not long after his first jail stint. The financier had already pled guilty to a state charge of procuring a girl under the age of 18 for selling her body the previous year and served around 13 months in a minimum security prison, during which time he was allowed out of his cell for 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, to work at his office, thanks to a staggeringly lenient day release scheme. Can y'all believe that? This man was allowed, when he was in prison the first time, he was allowed to leave his cell for 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, to work at his office. That is the most obscene thing ever. And that's what's wrong with that, I hate that. This is where being rich is demonic to me. I'm sorry. When you got that kind of money that they're willing to look the other way on a lot of stuff. But this is blatant right here. Because your everyday individual, especially if they're locked up in prison. Prison and jail are two different things. And for him to be locked up the way he was, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Yes, I heard that too. But it still appalls me. Because I know plenty of people that have gone to jail and they were fortunate to get work release. But 12 hours a day? Come on, man. Come on. Hell, my daddy was on work release. Long time ago. He was on work release. He had 30 minutes to get from his job to that jail. He had 30 minutes travel time. Almost got in a couple of accidents trying to get there in time. And he didn't get no 12 hours a day. My goodness. After that, he spent a year of probation under house arrest in Palm Beach until August 2010. House arrest. So he goes from jail to house arrest in Palm Beach. Must be nice. A source has claimed that her willingness to stand by the financier after his initial disgrace solidified their connection. Everyone turned their backs on him after prison and denounced him as an antichrist, even his closest friends, the source told the Daily Mail. No one stayed with him except Karyna, who was there until the very last moment. I'd be there too if I knew I was getting some millions and millions of dollars. But she's still skank. You know what he was convicted of. And you still chose to ride with him. That's crazy. Accounts of her personality seem to vary too. One insider claimed to the Mail that Shuliak earned the nickname the Inspector because she was madly jealous over Epstein and always investigating who he was in contact with. Others, though, paint her as shy to the point of silence in company. In a podcast interview with the Daily Beast, the author Michael Wolff claimed that Shuliak was absolutely silent when he visited Epstein's home. Even the millions of documents in the Epstein files don't shine a huge amount of light upon the pair. In one email sent earlier on in their relationship in 2012, Shuliak appears to tell Epstein, I love you very much. You will always have me, no matter what, as long as it makes you happy. Other missives, though, are less hopeful. You have absolutely ruined me today. Each minute I am struggling not to cry, a 2013 email reads. Later, her messages tend towards more domestic concerns. In one, sent a few years later, she seems to bemoan that it would be inhumane to fly her pet cats to the island on a commercial flight. I just can't torture them like that. It breaks my heart, she writes. Other emails see her ordering furniture and apparently doing other administrative things. For much of this rumored decade-long relationship, though, Shuliak was in fact married to Jennifer Kalin, another woman, oh my God, another woman in Epstein's orbit. Their wedding took place in 2013. It has been alleged that Epstein's trafficking ring used sham same-sex marriages to get citizenship for girls that he wanted to keep in this country without facing a high level of scrutiny in the citizenship process. As Sigrid Macaulay, a lawyer representing Epstein victims, put it when discussing the case generally. Lord have mercy. Now, this email here is very, very hard to read. I can see if I can blow it up a little bit, but matter of fact, I can just read it to you. This is to Jeffrey Epstein from Redacted. Why this is redacted, I do not understand. Nothing in the regarding line. It just says followed by ... You have disappeared. I did not even know you were having a baby. It was so crystal clear to me that you were only friends with me to get to Andrew. And that really hurt me deeply, more than you will know. And the reply, let's see. It says, don't know if you are still on this BBM, but heard from the Duke that you have had a baby boy. Even though you never kept in touch, I still am here with love, friendship, and congratulations on your baby boy. That must be Sarah Ferguson, because it's signed Sarah. Had to be Sarah Ferguson. Oh boy. In 2021, Kalin, who has not spoken publicly about her experiences, attended court in Manhattan during the ex-trafficking trial of Epstein's longtime associate and ex-girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell. She realizes people are sticking their necks out and testifying and wants them to know they're not alone. Kalin's attorney, Bradley Edwards, told the Daily Beast. Shuliak and Kalin are thought to have divorced in 2019, not long after Epstein's arrest. Epstein reportedly helped his girlfriend pay her way through dental school at the prestigious Columbia University, and she was eventually registered as a dentist in Florida and California. She was also linked to an office in St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and that shared an address with Epstein's shell company. This apparently wasn't the only financial assistance that Shuliak may have received from her boyfriend. Other report claims that Epstein helped fund her mother's medical treatment too. Okay, it goes on to say a bunch of stuff about the formal commitment among the jewels that he had planned to bequeath to Shuliak. According to the will, was a 33-carat diamond ring given to her in contemplation of marriage. Wow. Yeah, it goes into detail about the diamonds and stuff. I'm not going to read through all that, but it's just very interesting that now this so-called possible child has popped up out of nowhere. But I had a question as to where she was. Where is she now? Where is she now? So I just Googled it just for the sake of it. Just for the sake of it. It says, as of early 2026, Karyna Shuliak, the last known girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein, is believed to be living in New York City. I wonder if she's friends with Melania. Here are the details regarding her current situation based on recent reports. Estate beneficiary Shuliak is a primary beneficiary of the 1953 trust, which was established by Epstein shortly before his death. Reports in early 2026 indicate she was set to inherit roughly $100 million, including a $50 million annuity and various properties. She's a native of Belarus. She's a dentist who previously operated a practice on St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. Final contact, she is known to be the last person to speak with Epstein on the phone before his death by you-know-what in August 2019. She reportedly owns a flat in New York paid for by Epstein and has been spotted on Fifth Avenue. She has largely remained out of the public eye and has not responded to requests for comment. Wow. It's just it's very weird. This whole thing is very weird to me. So, I'm sure that this story is going to continue to develop as time goes on. And the next part of this show is going to be about Donald and Melania, the marriage made in. Y'all can finish that sentence. So, here I have, hold on, let me make sure. Let's see here. She's been out there pumping up her corny little documentary. They say it made $7 million. I don't know how it made $7 million when none of the theaters had people sitting in them. However, it's been said that they were selling tickets, buying up tickets to make it look good in terms of the numbers. So there's your answer there. They may have sold $7 million worth of tickets, but trust me, $7 million worth of people wasn't sitting in them seats. Anywhere. It's almost laughable. But she's still out here pumping up her documentary, saying how successful it is, and so she's really feeling it. But the director, he's in those Epstein files too, and he actually appeared on Piers Morgan. I have a short clip for you to watch about that.
As you know, a picture came out of you with Jeffrey Epstein with two apparently young women in it. What is your response to that picture? And what is your response to the wider scandal of the Epstein files?
Oh, well, that picture in particular happened around 20 years ago. I don't know, 20 to 21 years ago, because that is a photograph of my fiance who invited me to this event. And that's where the picture was taken. I was never been in contact with Jeffrey Epstein before that photo, and I was never in contact with him after.
That's a load of crap, right? That was not his. That ain't no fiance. That's a young girl. Exactly. If that was his fiance, why is her face redacted? Why is her face redacted? This girl's face is redacted. Because she's one of the girls. She's one of the young girls that were being trafficked. Same as this dude. Allegedly. But I noticed how he stammered and stuttered when Piers Morgan was asking him these questions.
So that's a picture of me and my fiance at some event.
Wow. So who was the fiance, if you don't mind me asking?
She doesn't want me sharing her name in the case, but that's my fiance, 100%. Was my fiance.
But you're not still.
I'm not.
You see how he cleared that up? Was my fiance. So if she was your fiance, how do you know whether she wants her name out there or not? I mean, are you still in touch with her? Are you still seeing her? He didn't want to give out no name or nothing. That's because it ain't his fiance. She wasn't his fiance. Absolutely. Cleared that real quick, didn't he? But it was still suspect. His reaction was clearly suspect.
I was going to say, you're not still with that.
No.
He's not engaged.
Yeah.
It's the world's longest engagement in 20 years.
20 years ago, I was engaged to her when that photo was taken.
Right.
Yes.
And your position is you never met Epstein before or after that picture, that night?
No, never.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I think it's a load of crap, personally. Discerning 8, can you kindly tell Brandon of Palm Beach? I don't know why he's blocked. He's not listed in the blocked section in my studio, my YouTube studio. The only way he's going to be able to come in is if he creates another account. It can be Brandon of Palm Beach 1, but for some reason, his handle is not showing up. It's not showing up. And we've had this issue for quite some time now, so. But I'm not ignoring you, Brandon. I know if you're here, and I'm not saying anything to you, it's because I can't see you. But I didn't block you. As a matter of fact, that happened to Millionaire's Cove, too. She had to create another account just to be able to be seen. So, just letting you know. Okay? So, let me see. I have this here. I should have showed this earlier. I'll just forget about it, because I don't want to be on here that long. But let me go ahead and share this video with you. This is a video about what did Melania's ex say about her life before Trump. It's very revealing, actually. I thought it was very interesting because it goes back into what Melania was about before she became the first lady, or even his wife. Okay?
Not much is known about Melania Trump's life before she met Donald, especially when it comes to her love life.
Only I have my story. I know the truth.
But we do know a bit about her past, thanks to her ex-boyfriend, Jura Zorkic, who shared details about her personality and life before fame. And here's something interesting. According to him, Melania never dreamed of moving to the US. She was never a typical Slovenian girl, Zorkic told ABC News. She wanted to live abroad, in Italy, France, a life of fashion. She was very fashionable, he added. But America? That was never on their radar. I think it was very far from our minds at that time, he said.
It's a small street in old part of town, Ljubljana. This is a place where I have met for the first time Melania.
The way they met almost sounds like a movie. Zorkic recalls it was a hot summer day in 1991, a tense time in Slovenia. In between wars, the city was empty, blocked by the army. He was riding his motorbike when he saw her walking down the street.
I have already passed her, and in my mind or in my head, I have one moment. Wow, who was this girl? She's beautiful. I must turn back. I must follow her.
So he quickly turned his bike around, caught up to her, and they struck up a conversation.
Now, I find it very, very curious that she worked for a modeling agency. And that's pretty much how Epstein got his girls. And it's common knowledge that Epstein is who introduced Melania to Donald. And some of the documents that have been read, one document in particular stated a quote from Donald Trump saying that she was, I won't say it, he screwed her. We'll put it like that. He made a very, very valid, not valid, he made a pretty obscene comment of how he was pounding that stuff. He pounded it for the first time right there at Epstein Island. So, but it's just curious because she's in those files as well. They're both in there.
And before long, he had her agreeing to go for coffee. Their relationship lasted a few months, and summer days were spent with friends along the Croatian Sea. Despite the brevity, Zorkic remembers her vividly. "It was a bit of a shock when I met her," he said. "She is very special. That's the truth." He was captivated from the very first moment. Her beauty, her style, the way she carried herself. She was tall, had long hair across her face. I could hardly see her eyes. Such style. Zorkic even remembers her wearing a full leather outfit, calling it the most fashionable piece he had ever seen.
She was very, very beautiful. I was impressed about her beauty from the first moment. She was very, very nice dressed, very extraordinary dressed, and her behavior was very, very classy.
Eventually, Melania left Slovenia, and Zorkic admits he was surprised by her sudden departure. She spent a few years living in Paris and Milan before moving to New York City. She told me she had an offer with a hair care company for a campaign.
Did she put all them pictures in her documentary? I mean, some of them that are shown in this video are pretty, they can be seen by the average public, but she posed for a lot of pictures that were nasty as all get up. Did she put that in her documentary, I wonder? Her $7 million mark. Well, we know it was more than that spent to make it, but they seem to say that it made $7 million. But it's also been reported that they were paying for a lot of people to come and see that movie, that documentary. So they were selling tickets to make it look like it was being successful when it wasn't. Those tickets that were purchased, people didn't even take them. Matter of fact, one movie theater in, I believe it was Portland, Oregon, was asked to take the movie down because they had made a joke up on the marquee. Wasn't nobody coming to see the doggone movie. So they wrote and made them take it down. Whoop-de-woo. Like they ain't losing no money. Other than the fact that, it's there. They could have had something else there making some money instead of that rag she called a documentary.
That's why she went, he said. When Zorkic met her in New York in 2000, he was taken aback by something small but telling. She spoke to him in English instead of Slovenian. I asked her, "Did you forget that you are Slovenian?" He laughed. Melania shared that she was splitting her time between New York and Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and had no plans to return to Slovenia. And of course, in 2005, Melania married Donald Trump. Zorkic reflected on it with a hint of awe.
Nobody believed 25 years ago that Melania Knaus will live at the top of the world. I mean, in New York City, which is the center of the world, on a Fifth Avenue in the Trump Tower. Who believed that? Nobody, for sure, even she.
Now, Trump, with his flashy reputation, didn't exactly sweep Melania off her feet right away. In fact, she famously didn't give him her number immediately.
So he asked me for the number, and I said, I will not give you my number.
I cannot give you my number because you have my number. I live with you. Just tell the truth. She was living with him. He ain't gave him no number. Shoot, as soon as they met, allegedly. But he's a dum-dum because his first wife did the same thing. So here we go.
So if you give me your numbers, I will call you.
Classic move, Melania. And it turns out Trump fell for this trick not once, but twice. His first wife, Ivana, also didn't give him her number right away. Looks like Trump has a thing for a little mystery.
I don't know what is Melania problem. She just has to get over it. She's First Lady of America, but I'm First Lady Trump. Excuse me.
Their relationship started off a bit unconventional. I mean, Trump was even talking about universal health care, which is definitely not what you'd expect from him. But as Melania got to know him, she realized he was serious about running for president one day.
I have been with Donald for 18 years, and I have been aware of his love for this country since we first met.
They eventually tied the knot in a lavish 2005 ceremony, surrounded by flowers and celebrities, but almost none of Melania's old friends were there. Guess those high-profile guest lists come with a few trade-offs.
Because I don't have any friends. I'm a whore. Yes, I was one of Epstein's whores. I don't have any friends. All of my friends are back in wherever the hell I came from.
Did you feel different when they said man and wife?
No. I felt that it was just so natural.
By 2014, Donald Trump was so obsessed with politics that even his advisors were wondering what he was thinking. One time on a flight to Buffalo, Trump's father-in-law, Victor, asked campaign advisor Sam Nunberg if Trump knew what being president actually meant. Nunberg quipped, "There were only two people who seriously thought Donald Trump would win the presidency, him and Melania."
Were you involved in the decision of your husband to become president?
We discuss a lot, yes, and I encourage him.
Now it seems like
He ain't discussed nothing with that bubblehead. That woman is there to lay down, and that's it. Lay down, get dressed, walk around, look real pretty, and the girl can dress. I got to give it to her. She can dress. She can rock some of them suits and them stilettos. But her job is to shut up and lay down. Okay? And yes, Michelle blew the roof off the mother with her documentary. And that's another thing I think is that she strategically released, or should I say they released that documentary. No. What makes me a racist if I would have said that about Obama's boyfriend? No. Obama doesn't have a boyfriend. Get out of here. Bye. What was I saying? People come. Here come the trolls, y'all. Here come the trolls. See, he made me lose my train of thought. Basically, like I said, it's just funny that, she's got all of this input and she barely knows what she's talking about. But I believe that documentary was strategically released at the same time that Michelle Obama's documentary was being released on Netflix. And I don't even know what the numbers on Netflix was. But I know it blew up compared to hers. Hers blew up too, but it wasn't for the same reason. It was a bomb. It was a dud.
Like Melania's life was a series of lucky breaks. But once she moved into the White House after Trump's inauguration, the media scrutinized her like never before.
I think people will always judge. Maybe they will say, oh, the past that you have, the way you were modeling. That's part of the job that I was doing. I was a very successful model.
Opinions on Melania are as divided as ever. Liberals see her as a figure of pity, with her tenure marked by a notable absence. Remember that cringeworthy video where she dodged Trump's hand-holding attempts? Yikes. And that awkward smile at the cameras? No wonder people think she's not exactly thrilled with her husband.
You're not the first lady.
Turbo Camaro, please quit sucking that man's cock, okay? Get out of my chat, Trump supporter. I don't deal with them, you kind of people. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. I don't trust neither side. But you want to come in here and talk about what somebody's doing and who we hate. I don't hate nobody, but I tell you who I do. I hate the devil. And when the devil operates through someone such as him, I will hate his actions. And I hate this man's actions. Now, it seems to me that you're the one that hates somebody so much that you'll get clout off of him. Because you're in my chat, sir. I'm not in yours. You're the troll in my chat. So go somewhere else and get some clout elsewhere. I'm not impressed. How's your economy going, by the way? Now get the hell up out of here, punk. Sick of these folks. This country is a it's a hot mess. This country is a hot mess because of what this man is doing right now. He's turning this country upside down, and he's a laughingstock all over the doggone world. But no, we got these people that are literally sucking his nuts. And it's not because of him, it's because of the party he represents. And if that's what y'all want to do, you guys go roll with it as much as you want. But with all that's going on in this country, I'm just sitting and waiting for one of y'all to become a victim of what you stand for. Point blank, period.
Lady to have to deal with her husband's alleged infidelities. Has this put a strain on your marriage?
It is not concern and focus of mine.
The hashtag I'm Free Melania captures the sentiment of those who see her as a prisoner of her own making. And don't even get started on the conspiracy theories about her having a body double or the criticisms of her pricey wardrobe, like that jaw-dropping $51,000 Dolce & Gabbana jacket. But Trump's diehard fans see her as the epitome of charm and elegance. Former Trump advisor Seb Gorka gushes, Melania truly is the embodiment of grace. Her old school friends are not buying the bimbo label. Petra Sadej, one of her childhood pals, says, I think she's happy. She's smart enough to handle it all.
I'm my own person, he's his own person, and I think that's very important. I don't want to change him, he doesn't want to change me.
Melania's biography, The Art of Her Deal, suggests she's been playing the long game. The author, Mary Jordan, claims Melania used various scandals, including the infamous grab 'em by the pussy tape, to renegotiate her prenup. Classic Melania move, delay moving to Washington for a better deal.
You know, I made a lot of money myself, so it's like I know how it's to work. And
you would have never made a dime if you didn't marry that man right there. Come on now, Bubblehead. You wouldn't have never made a dime if you didn't marry that man right there. The only thing you've accomplished is that you snagged his drawers. That's all you've done. You sitting back collecting all this lavish, living the way you live and all that. Kudos to you. You've left your country, come over here, and now you're capitalizing because you've married the worst president in American history. Kudos to you. And this is where you've gotten all of your opportunities. All of your opportunities. Did you go to school for all the opportunities that you're taking advantage of now? No, you were a model back there. You were a model. That's all you knew how to do. And that's all you know how to do. So with that said, let's be real about it. You have opportunities because of who you are married to. You have opportunities because you brought your tail over here and hooked up with Epstein, and Epstein hooked you up with Donald. Point blank, period. You just happen to get the main trick. You got the main trick. Kudos to you. Man, get out of here with that. Like you so doggone intellectual that you've got all this clout. Everything you got is because of him.
And what money means.
Former friend and aide Stephanie Winston Wolkoff shared that people often see Melania as a counterbalance to Donald Trump, giving the impression she's a hostage hoping to be freed. But maybe that's not the case. As Wolkoff wrote for the Daily Beast, the truth is Melania knows and supports Donald and his viewpoints.
You love your husband?
Yes, we are fine. Yes. It's what media speculate and it's gossip. It's not always correct stuff.
As Wolkoff suggests, she knows exactly who she married and lives by the same principles. She's a ruthless survivor and opportunist, willing to do whatever it takes for self-preservation.
You know, to marry a man like Donald is, you need to know who you are, and you need to be very strong and smart.
And very, very docile, and look the other way when your husband's out there screwing with other women and grabbing him by the coochie and saying it on a hot mic, and you stick around anyway because you don't want to lose that lavish lifestyle you have. You don't want to lose the ability to live in Trump Tower while your husband lives in the White House. What a wonderful marriage. Married to a man that you can't even stay with. Get out of here.
Operation Block Ivanka, as an example. Their strained relationship is no secret. Melania clearly isn't a fan of Ivanka, and this operation was next-level petty. Melania and Wolkoff made sure Ivanka was kept out of the inaugural photos and videos so her face wouldn't be part of that iconic special moment.
Stephanie says Ivanka approached her to make sure she was placed prominently next to her father when President Trump was sworn into office.
You don't do that to the First Lady of the United States of America. You do not try and position yourself.
So, after 24 years of incredible highs and lows, from her arrival in New York as a model to becoming the First Lady, Melania's story is nothing short of extraordinary. It's like the ultimate American dream, with a few nightmare twists along the way. And while it may seem surreal, one thing is undeniable. Melania Trump's rise from Sevnica to Washington, D.C. is one of the wildest American success stories ever.
Yeah. Tramp skank. That's right. Tramp skank. Now, I'm just going to call a spade a spade. See, the trolls want to come in here and boost this heifer up. And boost him up. He's a cankle having, big ankle, bruised hand, can't stay awake jackass who's tearing up this country, allowing ICE to go around and unalive people at will because he said so. And you're married to this fool and you're co-signing everything he does. That makes you just as sick as him. But see, everybody got a price, don't they? We know what your price is. We know what your price is. You're willing to look the other way as long as you live in the lap of luxury and not in that nasty ass, crazy ass country you came from that he personally speaks about. All these other countries are, what did he call them? Shithole countries? Did that include yours? Did that include your country? He has a disdain for immigrants, but you're an immigrant. I think that's just priceless. How can you stand next to a man who just desecrates the very thing you are? Please, take several seats. in your nice Gucci outfits and Prada bags and all that stuff. I'm not impressed. And I ain't got to be broke like this Philip dude that just got kicked out of here again. Oh, but she's a genius. Yeah, between her legs, huh, Paulette? Yeah, there's a lot of geniuses out there. He picked the right one, didn't he? He picked the right one. So like I said, there's a stark contrast between, first off, the woman that paid and the woman that got paid and the one that went to prison. That's part one of the show. But this thing between Donald and Melania, that's not a marriage. That's a contract. You make me look good, and I'll make you look good my way. You really think he gonna get somebody now? If he had to get a woman right now, he'd have to pay for it. Don't nobody want to be with his diaper wearing, colonoscopy bag carrying, stank ankle having self? No. Had the nerve to talk about Joe Biden being sleepy, and this joker can't even stay awake during a press conference. Who are we fooling? Who are we talking about here? This is the joker that's running our country? And that's exactly what she did, Millionaire's Cove. She used him to get where she needed to be, because she would have never got there on her own. My husband said, I wish I would live in another state and I live somewhere else. Mickey ain't having it. Nope. But see, that's because I enjoy your company. I enjoy my husband's company. I love being around my husband. I can't say the same for her. But see, she made her choice. She chose this nasty, stanky, diaper wearing, cankle having, orange skin having, stanky ass. She chose that because of the money. It's all boiled down to money. She chose that. So lay in your bed like you did in the first place to get him and deal with it. I don't have to worry about what my husband is doing in another state while I'm in New York in Trump Towers. She don't care what that man does. She don't care. Especially now. She ain't even got to lay with him because he can't do nothing. What in the world could he possibly do for her in bed? What could he possibly do for... All he can do is finance her lifestyle. So what does that make her? She's still a hoe. She's just a high class hoe. She married her John. They want to uplift all this. They can go right ahead. They can go right ahead. Kathy said, all on TV passing gas to the point he cleared the room. I heard the man is stanky too. I really did. I saw a video where this one woman was standing behind him and she had to grab her nose because he stinks. He's getting to the point where he doesn't even care how he smells. That's how big-headed he's gotten. And I'm at the point right now, as far as this video is concerned, if YouTube demonetizes it, I don't care. I really don't. But I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat what that woman really is. Oh, Millionaire's Cove, it's over. He can't do nothing for her. Don't be surprised if she got a little taste somewhere in New York. Don't be surprised. She's still young compared to him. And she got her a taste somewhere. Trust and believe. If she don't, she got plenty of batteries. But that thing that she married, he can't do nothing for her no more. Hell, he can't even stay awake to do anything. His days are over in terms of what he does with that little piece of wanker between his legs. Those days are over. All he can do now is look back at old footage and reminisce. That's all he can do. So that's how I feel about that marriage. Colleen Nangle, and you can go right with him too. See ya. I ain't got time for these Trump supporters that come in here and ride this man's dick every day. Look, if they want the smoke, I'll give them the smoke. They talk about Biden. Biden didn't fall asleep during press conferences. I'd like to see Trump try to jog out to Air Force One. Please. That's exactly what she's doing. That's exactly what she's doing. She's biding her time. Biding her time. So with all that said, y'all, this is going to be the end of the live before I start cussing out the Trump supporters. I usually let people say what they're going to say, but when you come in here and be disrespectful, I'll give it right back to you. Biden was a senile pedophile. So what does that make Trump? A senile pedophile? Is that what it makes him? Yeah. That's amazing that you would refer to someone like that as that. And your president is mentioned in the Epstein files more than any other person. Any other person. Any other person. But no, you want to talk stuff about Biden and stuff. I don't care. I don't trust none of them. I don't trust none of them. And you might be right along with them, since you cheering for them. So, with that said, y'all, I'm going to shut down this live. You guys stay cool, stay safe, and hopefully we won't have much longer to deal with this piece of shit. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Hey there, my kinfolk, thanks for stopping by. Auntie Mickey's house, where we reach for the sky. Every comment and smile, you make my heart glow. Together we're strong, together we grow. From gossip to politics, we cover it all. Sharing laughs and thoughts, having a ball. Your support means everything that I know. Feels like family here in this sweet show. So let's keep it flowing, keep the love alive. Every moment together makes me thrive. You're more than viewers, you're my kinfolk. You see, my gratitude runs deep as the sea. Thank you for being here, for sharing your time with each comment, with each rhyme. You're my kinfolk, my family, my crew. So much love to all of you. Turn up the camera, let's make it bright. Your support lifts me up, takes flight.